Finnovation. So I'm going to be going to get some tech decks. And the obvious question is...
what are you going to do with tech decks?
Well, I'm not really sure. But after I play with the fingerboards, I think I'll have an idea. Okay, so I just went out to my store and I got some tech decks. I'm not really sure what I want to do with these yet in this video, whether it be make a park or just make some custom. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up and I'm going to play with them for a little and see if I get any ideas. Okay, so I just finished making my tech deck. It looks pretty good. After I was making this and kind of playing with it for a while, I think I'm going to hydro dip a tech deck. So how I'm going to do that is, also just note, if you are making these, a screwdriver is like so handy because the little tool that they give you, it just doesn't really work well. I also use this to hold the tool because, here, let me grab it. If I just do that, it works so much better to like turn stuff because it's not big enough to get a good grip onto. So other than that, let's get into hydro dipping. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to tape up these boards. So I kind of went through and I found that these two are kind of the most plain and I don't want to say boring, but you know, I feel like they could use a little sprucing up. So I'm going to cover the front of them with tape and hopefully that works and they don't get hydro dipped. Okay, so as you guys can see, it is really cold outside, and hydro dipping with spray paint does not like to be cold. So we are gonna bring everything out here and then hydro dip. So we're gonna bring everything out right now. Okay, so before we hydro dip, we are gonna put a little bit of a white primer on these so that they don't get too we don't want the colors to show through. So okay, so now we're getting ready to hydro dip. So I think my first one is going to be metallics and red. So I'm gonna add a little bit of silver. Our spray paint is not happy out here today. It is way too cold to be spray painting. A little bit more silver in there. And now we're gonna add our red. Okay, I think I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully this turns out well. Whoa!
That's cool.
That is awesome.
That's really cool.
Wow. I'm gonna get a little bit more silver on there, actually. That looks better. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. My fingers are all gooey. Okay. Okay, so for our second one, we think we're gonna do some blues. So I'm gonna do oh my gosh, fingers are a little sticky. I'm gonna do as much blue in there as I can.
I thought you were doing blue, blue, and red.
Nope, I'm gonna do blue, white, and blue. So I'm gonna do another of the light blue. Oh, that's perfect. I want it right there. 3, 2, 1. Hydro dip. There we go, and I'm gonna scrape all this. See how that? Oh my gosh, that's so
really,
cool.
really cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait till these dry, and I'm gonna take the paint off. Okay, so we just finished letting these dry. They look amazing. We did have to touch them up a little bit with paint, but really all we did was we got a little paint in the places where it had chipped off and covered it up. If you're gonna do this, I recommend sanding the boards down before you hydro dip. Also, some of the paint did get onto the front of the board, but I just used a Sharpie marker and colored over the top and it looks just the same. Also on the side, if there's paint that gets on there, you can use a little bit of sandpaper and just lightly sand off the paint. So what we're gonna do now is we have this gloss varnish, and we're gonna color over the top of these so that the paint doesn't chip anymore.
Finn, I've got a question. If you didn't
Yeah.
have any gloss varnish, what else could you use to protect them?
You could use almost anything. You could use some epoxy, you could use clear Elmer's glue, really anything that you could find that would be clear and would harden and be clear. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some rails so that when we are grinding and stuff, it doesn't mess up our the back of our boards. Even with the little bit of clear coat that we put on there, it still can get messed up. So I'm gonna take a little bit of glue. Be careful not to get this on your fingers. If
What did
you
you
do,
make the rails out of, Finn?
oh, these are just little zip ties that we spray painted. But if you get it on your fingers, make sure that you get it off with sandpaper actually.
Once it dries?
Once it dries. Okay, so we just finished putting on the rails, and it is looking super cool. I did get a lot of the Gorilla Glue on my fingers, but it came off as long as you use sandpaper. So, this is what it looks like. I'll do a close-up shot.
You're live.
Okay, well, these fingerboards turned out really, really cool. And this skate park, it's not the best. This may be a future video. But, hey Dad, I have a joke for you.
Oh, Lordy.
What do skateboarders do when they get really good?
No idea.
Go pro.
Of course they'd go pro, Finn. Why wouldn't they go pro? They're really good.
No, it's supposed to be like the camera, like GoPro, the camera.
I don't get it, Finn.
Whatever. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. Subscribe for more great videos like this. Bye!